Good morning from Panhandle Outdoors with Winston Chester. Panhandle Outdoors, your source for fishing, hunting, and information for folks who enjoy the great outdoors. Now sit back, relax. It's Panhandle Outdoors.
Good morning, folks. Welcome to Panhandle Outdoors. I'm Winston Chester. Glad to hear you get ready for our first weekend of January. Get started our weather brought to us by Haney Technical Center at the corner of Baldwin Road and Highway 77. Now, it's going to be cold today. It's going to be barely getting in 50 degrees, and low tonight is going to be 33. And that wind's going to be howling coming out of north-northwest about anywhere from 15 to 20 miles per hour. So be prepared for that. And a lot of us going to be outdoors, but we just have to, make do with the situation, do the best we can. And we've always done that in outdoors here in the Panhandle. Now, let's look at our river readings. The Apalachicola, Bluntstown, folks, is high. It is really up there. It is at 19.1 today. It's falling. It's going to fall just a little bit, but it's been high all week long. So it's pretty strong there. Now, the Choctawhatchee at Caryville, if I can get it over here, the Choctawhatchee at Caryville, it's high too now. It's been like a little roller coaster going, but it's leveling off today at 11.8. It's right at 12 foot. And it's going to stay high all weekend on into the weekend. So both rivers are really high. We've had a lot of rain, during Christmas holidays and the first of the year and all. So it's reflected in our river readings. Now let's take a look at this point in time at our fishing game forecast brought to us by Mark Coward of Edgewater Beach Realty. If one of these resolutions to get a good buy on some land or a house, check with Mark Coward. Okay, 832-6000. Looking at our times at 1:33 to 3:33 this morning, and now this afternoon 2:01 to 4:01. Good time to go at that point in time. All right. Now the tides, I got a low tide at 9:10. I don't have a chart with me right now. Low tide is going to be at 9:10 this morning. It's going to be coming in. It's going to be high at 11:43 tonight. And our marine forecast is, like I say, north-northwest at about 15 to 20 miles per hour. So that's going to be pretty strong winds. All right. Let's take our break. We'll be right back. All right, welcome back. Glad you're with us on a Friday morning. The first note here from FWC, got a notice from them yesterday. Now, we talked about this last year. You know that venting tool, all the research showed us that venting tool, when you catch these deep water reef fish, bring them up and their bladder expands. They told us we had to vent them and all. Well, that's history. I just got a notice yesterday. It's not official. It'll be official one day here in January, but venting tools are now out. You do not have to have venting tools this coming fishing season on your boat. So it will be, I will let you know the official date, but anyway, I won't be going deep sea fishing for another couple of months, so we do not have to vent them anymore. I don't know really what the latest research says. I'm going to look it up for you, and maybe we'll talk about it with some biologists and all and see what best thing we can do to sort of help those fish to survive. All right, now next thing, don't forget to register. Now, new year, 2014, okay, look at there. Pickle jar is completely empty. So you need to register for all the giveaways. We're not going to give away tarpon knot today, so we'll start doing it next week. So go ahead and start registering. And as you know, we give away some stuff all throughout the year. Rod and reels, binoculars, clothing, caps. I mean, it's thousands of dollars we give away here at Panhandle Outdoors to our viewers. So go ahead and register. And all you got to do is register one time. You can register online on my email address, winstonchester5@gmail.com. Or you can send me a lot of people still mail it to me. It's Winston Chester at 6726 Topher Boulevard, Southport 32409. I'll go and get that printed up for you and show it to you later. But go ahead and think about registering, okay? Please don't call and ask me to I just don't have time, okay? I know some people do. I know I love all of y'all and all, but I just don't have time to do it myself. Just send it in really, and that'll be better for all of us, okay? January, talk about all the things due in January. This one I really start focusing on hunting, and I'm going to give you one day next week, I'm going to give you the peak rut periods of different sections of the Panhandle. I have those dates down, exact dates. We're going to pass it on, and we talked about it last year. This is research proven. I know here where I hunt, right around the middle of January, the 15th or 18th, in that area right there, is an excellent time where I hunt, up in northern part of up in Calhoun County, northern part of Bay County. Okay, now let's go ahead and let me know your resolutions too. I get some outdoor resolutions every year. Some of y'all maybe have some specific goals you want to do in 2014. I always do some resolutions. I share them with you some next week too. Okay, but now let's look at. We got to catch up on our pictures. We've had an active 2 weeks, even with the weather bad at times, and We've had a lot of pictures sent to me, so I have about 20 plus pictures I'm going to show you to get caught up on. Okay, so let's start with this one right here. First one is Greg Gladden. Greg was one of my students of the month last year. He's a freshman up at Marion Military Institute, and when he got home for Christmas break, he just couldn't wait to get out in his kayak and go catch a redfish, and he's happy right there. That's Jennifer Real's son, Greg Gladden. Good job, Greg. That's the way to start off the Christmas vacation right there. Okay, now we're going in. We have some good hunting pictures and all different ones. Okay, this is let's go back. This is Dane Matchkus at the Southgate Hunt Club. Okay, good job there, Dane. All right, this next picture here. Check this one out now. Some nice fish. This is Dan Scanlon and Wade Stepler going out one of those cold afternoons and having good success with a redfish. Folks, we had a good redfish bite now during Christmas break, and these pictures were a test to it. All right, our next picture here. This is a good one right here. This is a big buck. Now, this is a Texas buck. This is Neil Stewart. He went out to Texas and hunted with Danny Redfern. That is a trophy buck right there. Good job there, Neil Stewart. And that's Danny with him. Good. Danny got a big one too. I didn't get Danny's picture. I got to get Danny's picture, so I'll put it on here. All right, this one right here. After Dan, let's see. That goes into, here's Stacy Newsom. Okay, 15 years old. Good job there, Stacy. Nice buck. Okay, this is just something I thought you might want to do in your spare time. Carve you out a seat, a sofa out in the woods. That's nice looking. That's good handiwork. Now, when I run across pictures like that, I just like to share them. I think it's really creative and really nice stuff to do. But the wood's going to dry out now. How about our editor here in the News Herald, Mike Gonzalez, Kaz? Good job there. Mike's a good outdoorsman now. He's always doing some outdoor stuff. I want to get him on the show when they talk about his outdoor activities. Reed Garrett. Nice buck there, Reed Garrett. Okay, come after Reed. Now, I've told you about duck hunting, and Scott wrote about it the other day, but I've had pictures started about a month ago during duck season. We have really had this is Trevor Benton, limited out over here in East Bay. Good job, Trevor. Okay, Whitney. Whitney went out to Mississippi to visit her grandmother and hunted on her aunt's farm and got this nice doe. It actually walked up on him, shot him, standing up. Good job there, Whitney. Okay, here's some more ducks. This is Blake and Tim Sutherland. You know, Blake's been on the show. You know Tim Sutherland. I'm sorry, this is not ducks. This is some geese they got up at Lake Seminole. A lot, we're overrun with geese now. A lot of geese can be taken. And Blake did a good job. Check this out. All that good luck brought to him by that Panhandle Outdoors shirt. A lot of y'all got these shirts for Christmas. I appreciate that. I have a little contest. If you send me a picture like this with a Panhandle Outdoors shirt on it or something, I'm gonna put those in a special category and draw for a really nice prize. I just made that up looking at this shirt. I just want to do that. So sometime this year, send me a picture with your shirt on, whether you're duck or bass or whatever you have, and I'm gonna put you in a special category. I'm gonna get you a good prize. I can promise you. All right, now. Here's some duck hunters, but they went out to Louisiana. That's a Tommy Ham, and Tommy took his son and his friend out there, and you can tell by that blind. That's some of those Arkansas duck hunt right there. Good job. They're right outside of Stuttgart, Arkansas. I talked to Tom before he left. He was looking forward to it. This right here, this is what you eat really healthy. This is a taco made out of bacon. I got to throw something in to keep y'all awake. We're going to talk about healthy eating later and all. This is a good shot of Brandy Boyd. Look at that long barrel gun. Brandy's really had a good time duck hunting during the holidays, and she's a good outdoor girl. But I thought it was a great picture. That's not posing anything. Her boyfriend took that picture of her. Good job there. Now, go from Brandy. This is Daniel Snap with a nice 8-point. Captain Daniel Snap. That is a nice buck right there. All right, let's go on and skip that one. We're going to talk about that later. Here's more duck hunters. This is Harris Marshall, Brant Marshall, David Bender, and their buddy, limited out. I'm telling y'all, I've told y'all now, ducks have been, okay. Just me and my high school classmates at the funeral of our beloved valedictorian, one of my life friends since elementary school. So I had to go attend the funeral during the holidays. Okay, now, right here, You may recognize this young man. This is, okay. Let me find. This is Austin Abrams. This is Greg Abrams' youngest son from Tarpon Dog Seafood. Got this up in Blakely, Georgia. 195 pound, 8-point. Good job there. Okay. After Austin, we'll come in here. 15-year-old Evan Williams. Out of Old Gaskin. The Old Gaskin of hunting with dogs right there. All right. No, this is a great shot. Brant Marshall. We got a redhead. We got a blue bill, and we got a hooded merganser there on top. If you want to be ready for spring gobbler season, all you got to do is go out to Tyndall. They about tame out there. There's so many of them. You really can't hunt them right there, but that's right next to the base. That's it. We call them those are Tyndall gobblers. They're all over the place out there. And Danielle Beach of Bear Creek, a nice 8-point Danielle. All right. We got Wally Barefoot, Caleb Pitts. Let's see, I missed one right here. Okay, I got him in there somewhere. Anyway, some of these boys went out. One more redfish, and then don't tell people about your fishing hole, because this is what's going to happen after you tell just one buddy. Okay, and this is where Jeremy, these boys went out offshore Saturday. Actually, New Year's Day. They went New Year's Day and caught these. All right, and last one. Captain Ken Paramore broke the ice. All right, that takes care of our pictures. Let's go ahead and take our break, and we'll be right back. Now, welcome back. I just reflected back on all those pictures. That was amazing. You look at all the things we did in just a little 2-week Christmas break vacation here in the Panhandle. You had the redfish, you had the redheads, all those ducks. You had, you know, all the deer and all that in a 2-week period. What a great variety to spend a Christmas break and all. Some of y'all went camping too out at the state park. A lot of folks told me about going out there. So anyway, now let's, as outdoorsmen, and all of us, we have dogs. And we love dogs, and I bet 90% of you viewers out there, of our viewers, have some kind of dog. Might be a little house dog or a big old outside dog or a combination. And I've had dogs almost all my life, and you just get a bond with your dog. And there's a certain variety of dogs that, you know, is better at this and better, you know, doing different things and all. But one of the interesting variety of dogs to me, and I don't have one. I've had a friend of mine has one, and I took a little 5-minute video of it. And you're going to enjoy this. The Spaniel breed is a very good breed and all, but this is a Boykin Spaniel. Actually came out of South Carolina in the early 1900s when these hunters needed some kind of small dog to stay in the boat, so the boat wouldn't turn over to the big dogs, and you want to go out and get the ducks and all. So we're going to watch this video. They're well trained. You're going to see in this video. He does a double retrieve, which is hard. I used to train dogs, and that's hard to get a young puppy to do. So let's watch this video on this Spaniel here. All right, I'm here with Richard Gardner. This is Charles's older brother. Richard, tell us about your dog.
Oh, this is the smartest dog in the world.
Smartest dog in the world.
Oh yeah!
And he is not biased.
Tighten it up a little bit. Heel. Winston. Charles. Jimmy. Ray. Bowery. Bogey! Bogey!
That's
This dog seriously owns 2 out of the 4, had 3 out of the 4 records in the retrieval world. She got a master title at 18 months. Come here. Where's that other bump? Where's the other bump? Oh yeah!
How about that?
Jimmy, she'll mark 5 doves now. Buggy, where is it?
Up in the tree, Dad. Up in the tree.
Uh-oh.
That'll be out for the season.
Heel. She's a hunt dead, baby.
He needs to come back.
Buggy, no.
Senior year in here.
No. Good. Back!
This is a, Richard, this is a Boykin Spaniel. Check this out, folks. He's watching the arm motion.
Over! Bogey! What the hell?
I'm so tired.
There you go.
Yeah, I think you nailed it in, I think.
You got it. How about that?
Yeah, that's
Wow.
Richard, it's good to see you. Thanks
Take
for
care,
the
Jimmy.
pheasant, man.
Thanks what?
For the pheasant.
Oh. Okay.
Oh, don't look tired, does it? Richard will do this.
Do what?
I love watching this.
Yeah.
She picked up over 50 birds. Wow. You know where that other one is?
Amazing, ain't it?
I mean, it's not like this the first time she's done it.
How old is you?
4 years old.
4 years?
4 years old.
And a Boykin Spaniel.
Boykin Spaniel. State dog of South Carolina.
South Carolina state dog.
That's their claim to fame. You want to tighten it up? Tighten it up. Bogey. Tighten it up.
Look at there.
There you go.
She gets closer to him. That's amazing.
Now, back up some. Back up. There you go. No bird. Where's your mark? Bogey!
Bogey's gonna sleep good going back in the
Right.
town.
That dog. Where's the other mark? You know where it is? I forgot. Bogey!
Our dog.
Heel. Heel. That tail's going.
Tail just
That's a
back.
fine dog, Richard.
Thank you. Thank you. Buggy, can you tell Mr. Chester, thank you.
What are you doing?
Buggy, see it.
Come here. Pose for the camera.
See it.
There you go. And how do you pronounce that, Charles?
Arpica.
Arpica Farms.
Home to the world famous Bogey the Boykin.
Boy.
Running out of Arpica Farm.
All right. All right, welcome back, folks, to our famous Friday fishing forecast. I want to change that to the outdoor report as far as what we're doing, because I'm going to mention about duck hunting, also mention about hunting big bucks also. So we're first of all, Choctaw Bay, I haven't mentioned much about the duck hunting over there. It's been excellent. I got a couple reports over there, especially on the eastern end of Choctaw Bay. You can see up in this area right here, there's some really serious duck hunting up in this area right up in here. And also the redfish bite has been good. And speaking of the redfish bite, what's been fascinating, talking to guys catching redfish, I've always asked them, well, what are you catching them on? They're catching a lot of redfish on top water. When it warms up a little bit, they're catching them on top water, which is interesting. The rest of them been on swim baits and all, but that's what they're catching the redfish on. Here in the West Bay system, it's been excellent again. We talked about that. The duck hunters, they're going to be hunting same place I hunted back in the 70s, out here from the old airport, off our point here and down in here. And those redheads, that big old flock of redheads will be coming in and out right in here. And of course up here at Deer Point Lake, there's been some good duck hunting. Going on down to the biggest bite though on the pier has been, they really caught a couple of flounder off the State Park pier, it was caught, but the biggest bite is whiting off of the pier, so be aware of that. Lake Wimico continues to hold those stripers. Lake Wimico has been really good. The duck, again, the duck hunters done well down there. I keep, I keep talking about these because it's all tied together. Duck hunting and fishermen are pretty close. So the striper bite has been really good though on Lake Wimico. Freshwater, of course, The speckled perch or the crappie bite is really starting to be really good now, getting up next month or two. On St. Joe Bay, I had a chance to talk to Captain Clint Moore. Clint, he does Clint Outdoors on that St. Joe station. Clint's a good guy, good fisherman. He has a little show on there. I like to watch it when I'm down in that area. But I ran into him at Blue Water Outriggers, and we were talking about fishing St. Joe Bay. He was in there getting a new aerator and all that because he fishes all the time, so he goes through his equipment. But we're talking about what he was doing. He's getting ready to catch some sea bass around some structure. They set up some structure out there, and that's some really good eating. And it was a cold day, but they were getting out to go. So if you have any structure and anything, you can catch them. It could be at St. Andrew Bay or down around Carabel or up in St. Joe Bay. This time of year, fishing with live shrimp, just drop it down by the structure, and their wintertime bite is really good on that, okay? Now, moving on down, that was St. Joe Bay. The whiting bite, I was down there talking to people down there during Christmas break. The whiting bite continues to be really strong. Not a lot of people fish St. Joe Bay during the Christmas break. I was down there, I didn't see very many people out there, but the fishermen were really hitting the surf pretty well, especially on the north wind. So be aware of that. Now, going back behind the St. Vincent Island, again, they were caught some nice trout. We brought out of Apalachicola Bay this past Christmas break. Some really nice trout. They caught them on live shrimp, but it was some really, really nice ones there. So going down to St. George Island, back on the backside of St. George Island, there's been some good fishing also, those reports. But the best bet this weekend now is weather. Wind's coming out of the north and all. You got to get out of that wind. If you're going to be in the woods and all, just be careful. That's the biggest thing I talk about. Being really careful and wearing the orange and all. But being a safe outdoorsman is the most important thing right now. So January's here. You got some good winter fishing. The sheephead bite is going to be excellent. Sheephead is probably the best bite of the winter. The sheephead along the bridge spans and all, and different places like that. I got to wrap things up. As always, I want to thank you all watching Panhandle Outdoors. But don't forget now to send in your registration. You will start winning some of these prizes. All right. And we'll see you Monday. Have a great weekend. You do something good for somebody. Do something outdoors that's fun. God bless.
Thanks for joining us for Panhandle Outdoors with Winston Chester. Panhandle Outdoors features hunting, fishing, and other activities and information to help you enjoy the great outdoors. Join us next time for Panhandle Outdoors.